How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog, and many of you down in the comments have been stating you missed the news stuff about Mortal Kombat 11. So today I wanted to talk about one of the most exciting things to be revealed, and that's all the DLC characters being possibly leaked for Mortal Kombat 11. Now, fair warning, if you don't want any spoilers, then you probably don't want to watch the rest of this video, because these leaks do seem pretty legit. So if you're wondering where these leaks came from, they're actually the result of data mining on the Nintendo Switch version of the game. And while looking at all this different source code, the data miners stumbled across this. So this list right here appears to list all of the future DLC characters for Mortal Kombat 11. In fact, it might also list some characters for Season 2 as well. So not just Combat Pack 1, but also Combat Pack 2, so pretty awesome stuff. And as you can see, it also has some more interesting stuff as well, like the environment name, story name, and possibly a Game of the Year edition. All sorts of cool stuff for the DLC here on top of the characters. And like I say in all my videos like this, I do recommend taking this info with a hint of salt. However, what makes these leaks seem even more legit is that other data miners have been able to duplicate these findings. So in other words, other data miners have also gone into the Nintendo Switch and found these same results. Or at least that's what they're saying, so these leaks do seem pretty legit. So next up, I wanted to take the time to talk about each of these characters and how I feel about them personally. So first up, we have Shang Tsung. Not really a big surprise there, we already knew Shang Tsung was going to be a DLC character, and I do believe Ed Boon also stated he would be the first character on the DLC Combat Pack. So not a very big surprise there, unless you've been under a rock and haven't seen any news from Mortal Kombat 11, which, if so, I'm not against that lifestyle. You know, sometimes you just want to imitate Patrick Star. Completely okay. However, next up we have a character that I'm not super excited about, and that's Joker, and I'm guessing this means Joker from Injustice. I don't think it's Joker for Smash Ultimate, and I think we can all agree that's very unlikely. And you might be wondering why Joker. Well, Joker is also a character from another Realm game, and he's also the only character who would really make sense in Mortal Kombat as far as being able to see him being chopped up into tiny bits during fatalities. You can't really have Batman in Mortal Kombat 11 because then you're going to see Bruce Wayne getting all sorts of messed up, and a lot of people aren't going to want to see that. It would ruin a lot of childhoods on YouTube is all I'm saying. Can you imagine fatality compilations on Superman? It would just ruin a bunch of kids for life. So Joker makes a lot more sense. Joker, even though he is a fan favorite, is also a character you don't mind seeing get cut up into tiny bits. Now for me personally, I don't think Joker is a very good fit, simply because he's never been that popular for Injustice. So if NetherRealm's idea here is to pull in some people from Injustice and get those players to switch to Mortal Kombat 11, Joker has never been a very popular character. He was somewhat decent in Injustice 1, but in Injustice 2 almost nobody used him despite him getting more moves, so I assume they nerfed a lot of his existing stuff. So I don't feel like Joker's going to pull in very many players from Injustice, not to mention I feel like all the die-hard Injustice players are already playing MK11. So Joker just feels like a very odd pick to me. I'd much prefer nearly any other character from Mortal Kombat. But then again, I'm a bit weird in this regard because I almost never prefer guest characters unless they're just a perfect fit, like Geralt for Soul Calibur. That was a really good choice, and so was 2B, but just because I love that character in general. For the most part, I'm not a huge fan of guest characters. I'd much prefer returning characters from the same franchise. So next up we have Nightwolf, my boy Nightwolf. This character I feel like isn't that popular, but I also think a lot of die-hard fans really want him in the game, myself included. So if this leak is in fact real, I'm very excited because I love Nightwolf. I can't wait to see how awesome he looks in this game with its absurdly incredible graphics. I also can't wait to see all the creative stuff they do with the variation system, because there's so much stuff you can do with them because this guy makes his own weapons. So I'm very excited to see what Nightwolf can do, and I'm wondering, will he transform into an animal just like Kotal Khan does? Because if any character can do that, it's gonna be Nightwolf. So unlike Joker, Nightwolf actually does have me very, very excited. And next up we have the Terminator. Now Terminator to me seems like a decent fit, but I feel the same way about him that I felt about Jason. Is Jason a good fit for Mortal Kombat? Yes, but does he have any personality? Not really. The guy's kind of a plank of wood, and I think Terminator is the exact same unless they actually have him act like Arnold Schwarzenegger, in which case he will have tons of personality. However, if he starts off as just the exoskeleton with no skin whatsoever, I don't think he's going to have that much personality, and it's going to be a bit of a bland character, although I bet his moves would be pretty hype. And as for all the fans who want to see cyborg characters like, you know, Cyrax and Sector, Terminator might be your boy. So I honestly do feel kind of mixed about Terminator. I think he might have some really cool moves, but just like Jason, he has the potential to be as dull as dishwater. And next up we have Sindel. I'm very excited about Sindel, though I'm a bit worried what she might look like because Sindel in most games has this signature deep V that shows off some major cleavage. She also has a thong in a lot of the games, and I know that's not going to fly in Mortal Kombat 11, sad to say, but I do think Sindel, if she is in the game, is going to have a massive overhaul on how she looks. Now even so, I'm very excited to see what Sindel brings to the game. I can almost guarantee you she's going to fly in some manner or another, and she's also almost definitely going to have all of her signature attacks like screaming in your face and shooting fireballs from her mouth, all that awesome stuff. So I can't wait to see what Sindel looks like, and I can't wait to see how she plays. I want to see what they do with this character, just like Nightwolf. And then we have Spawn. Now Spawn, just like 2B and Geralt, is a rare exception to how I normally feel about guest characters because I think Spawn is a perfect fit for Mortal Kombat 11. Not only is the guy very violent, but he is also brutalized in his own comics. Unless you take off Spawn's head, you can't actually kill him. So as a result, in the comics, Spawn has been all manner of messed up, and he always comes back from it. Not to mention the guy bleeds green, so he is perfect for combo videos since he likely won't get your video age restricted or demonetized. And on top of all that, Spawn has some really awesome moves, he has some awesome spiritual stuff he can do, some necromancy, and he also has the chains on his belt, he also has the living cape, he can turn invisible, he has guns, he has a giant axe that his cape turns into, all that fantastic stuff. I can't wait to see what kind of attacks this guy has. He is the perfect fit for Mortal Kombat 11. And then we have Ash. Now I'm gonna be honest, I did not know who this character was at first. I had to actually do some research on it, and I do believe they mean the character from Evil Dead. And this guy is just overflowing with personality. His moves will also be very fun as well, a mix of Leatherface and Aaron Black, because Ash has a chainsaw hand and he also has a shotgun and other weapons of that variety, and his personality is just great, which is why I'm a bit wishy-washy about this character. I think his personality will be great, and I think his attacks might be good as well, but I still think I might prefer a returning character over a guest character. Even so, I have seen tons of people getting excited for this character, so can't wait to see what he's like in the game. And next up we have Fujin. Everyone's gonna freak out about this because Fujin has been teased in so many games and he's finally coming. The God of Wind is finally showing up for Mortal Kombat 11 and he's gonna look great, gonna have his iconic moves. I'm all sorts of excited for this character and I really do hope these leaks are true just because we have Fujin and the Fujin fans can finally stop feeling so teased and rejoice that their character is finally in the game. As a hardcore Mileena fan myself, I also feel betrayed that she's not in the game, so I really do hope you all get to have your small victory of Fujin being in. And next up we have Shiva. This character makes a lot of sense because we already see her character model in the game, she already has a voice actress, she's rigged, so of all the characters on this list, she would be the easiest to implement since she's already in the story mode. And Shiva is definitely a character I always enjoyed playing because she is a female grappler, which is very rare in fighting games, so I've always loved Shiva. Not to mention she has the unblockable stomp attack, which is always fun and super cheap. Her combos haven't been the best, so I hope in Mortal Kombat 11 they either fix that or have her hit a little bit harder because she's never really been that good in terms of tier, but always fun to play nonetheless. So much like Sindel, Shiva is also a character I'm very excited for. And that's about it for the DLC characters that have been leaked. However, I wanted to show one more thing that makes these leaks seem that much more believable. So next up we have this screenshot right here, which is also the result of data mining, and this actually shows the interactions between Spawn and other characters on the roster. So for example, you have Spawn talking to Baraka, you have Spawn talking to Cassie Cage, and you also have Spawn talking to Ash, who is also a DLC character. So that just makes these leaks seem that much more likely. And honestly, these intro dialogues seem pretty good so far, though the intros are always pretty darn good in NetherRealm games. I actually think I enjoy these intros more than the story mode at this point, because the story mode is okay, but these intro dialogues really show you these characters' personality, and they're really good. So that's about it for the leaks. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like while you're down there. And finally, why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell? That way you never miss a future video. For me personally, I'm half excited and half disappointed with these leaks. I don't really want quite so many guest characters. I'd prefer more returning characters from Mortal Kombat, but at the same time, all the returning characters are characters that I'm personally excited for. So even though I do wish there weren't quite so many guest characters, the characters that I am getting from the series are fan favorites for me personally. Alright everyone, make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.